Welcome back, Kinsey, the wood guy, NTS. It's a little wet, a little dreary today, but we've got a couple things we want to do. As y'all know, if you've been keeping up with what we've got going on here, we've been trying to make a new firewood area, and this is kind of what we've got so far. So I've got all these poles right here. This is all going to be staged up for the firewood processor. I'll probably try to rent it for a day and see how much of this I can get through. I've still got a little bit more to add to this for my lower pile, but this is kind of just what we got. We've got some maple, we've got some cherry, and some willow oak, some white oak, a little mixture of a lot of different hardwoods in here, but all should be pretty decent poles for the processor. There's going to be a couple knots, but we'll just have to kind of get through with what we got. So we've been splitting a little bit off the Wolfe Ridge 28 Pro. So I decided not to go with a rock or asphalt base. I've got a lot of friends around me with a lot of pallets, and like Chris from In the Woodyard, he's pretty smart with it. He says that you get a lot of airflow and it's cheap putting them on top of pallets. So I left a little opening right here, that way I can maneuver these tires turn on this conveyor. So I plan on filling the front up, and then I can maneuver this conveyor around and fill it up as we go. That way, you know, whether it be FIFA or LIFA or Lilo, you know, first in, first out, last in, first out, however you want to go about it, however y'all do it. But I plan on doing first in, first out, so might as well make everything, you know, fill up the front and then work our way to the back. But we've still got a lot of stuff that isn't going to be processor worthy, so we're going to try to just continue on filling up the IBC totes straight out of the splitter here. So what we've got is, a few weeks ago we went and took these down, and it's kind of been dreary bad weather for a while, and I still ain't unloaded them. So we're going to unload these today and try to get them placed out here so we can get them cut and start splitting. I ended up going with a crushed concrete for a base right here, and a base up here for my trucks and trailers to be parked on, because this is where they used to be parked. But the crushed concrete was just a better avenue as far as price goes. That way we don't spend too much or unnecessary money, and it works. Of course, I always need more. I was a little thin, and everything's still a little wet, so you know everything's saturated, so it's sucking right into the soil real quick. Especially right here where I put the firewood poles for the processor. You can see the tracks from the skid steer. It's just doing a really good job of pushing it down, but it'll work for now. The logs are off the ground, and it'll do what it needs to do. So y'all hang out, we'll get this thing unloaded. Hit me up and said he could make me a good deal on 066. So, what's one thing we can't not buy? Chainsaws. I don't know if y'all are like me, but how many is too many? Not enough. It's kind of like Chris at the woodyard. He says, how much wood is too much? Or how much wood is the right wood? More. Same thing with chainsaws. I went to sharpen the chain on this 066 that I bought the other day, and I got a new file out of my box here, and I put it in one tooth, and I realized, I don't know if you can see it right here, that this chain has been sharpened on a grinder wheel like that right there, or you know, some kind of power unit, and they've been tempered, and a file, hand filing it, was not gonna do nothing for it. So I had to go out and buy a couple new chains, and well, I think it should work all right now. So we're gonna go ahead and start making some lines on these things so we can get them cut and get some firewood for the old Wolfe Ridge 28 Pro over there. I had another one of these, and it was a carbon fiber shaft, but I got this thing off Amazon. I can't remember the name of it, but the reason I went with it is it's standard 16 inches, and you can cut all the way out to 29 inches with it. I don't cut mine at 29 inches, nor do I cut it at 16. I cut mine at 18 inches. It seems to be a pretty good number for this geographical location. And at 18 inches, you can fit two of them and have just a little bit of room in the IBC tote. So to get a, you know, to maximize the volume that you're allotted for an IBC tote, it only makes sense cut it a little bit bigger. I'll use this to mark it, and we'll go from there. It's got that magnetic base on it, and I should probably hold out until I get this thing fired up before I put it on there. Tobacco.
Tobacco.
Yes, sir.
Did you have to cut it down?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we sure did.
Man, you got a pile of it.
Yeah, that's stuff I've got set out for the firewood processor. For whenever we get one of those.
Yeah.
What are you into today, Mr. Charlie?
Nothing.
Well,
Man, that's some kind of log. Gosh.
there's a couple here. Yeah, there's a couple. Yeah, all this was loaded on my grapple truck from a few weeks ago, so I've been meaning to get it out before now, but you know, it's kind of loud though.
Yeah, I could hear it up there in my living room.
Hey, when Charlie hears the chainsaw, he comes a knocking, don't he?
Yeah.
Got to know what's going on. Try to.
Well, I'm gonna go because you won't work while I'm here. So.
Hey, well, as long as you got earbuds, I'll crank this thing up.
What did you do to your knuckle?
Oh, I think I cut it when I was dressing the bar up on this thing. It was pretty burred up a little bit, and just sliding it across it. I guess that's when I did it. That's the only time I remember hitting my knuckle. So.
Yeah. Well, have a good one.
See you later, Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah, my neighbor Charlie, he's 90 years old, and I give him wood, logs, and he splits it by hand. They broke the mold with that man. 90 years old, still comes out here and swings an 8-pound maul. He brought it to my attention that I guess while dressing that bar up, I guess I cut myself a little bit. I'm not really. That's the only thing I can think of. But hey, blood, sweat, and tears, right? Let's get to cutting. Well, there's one log. I guess we'll cut some more now. Camera died and run out of gas, so I guess it was time for a break. So I'm gonna have to get a piece of machine and roll that backwards. I don't really want to mess up the chain, you know, too much if I can help it. I think it's already hit some of that concrete dust that was on the log, so we'll try to preserve it as much as possible anyways. thing rolling out. That is one of the best things about Kubota, is that you can still get out even though the arms are up. Yeah, I like my worn out SVL 75. Well, we got one left, and that's the butt cut of that long log. Yeah, it was under that other long log, so that's all we got left, and then everything's bucked up and ready to split up.
Every singer needs a song, every bell cries out to be around, every dog wanna wag its tail.
there you have it. We have cut all of that up into rounds. Yeah. I'm trying to decipher if I need to bust this up, use the log splitter on the Kubota there, and that way it's manageable pieces that you can pick up and load onto the little 28 Pro. Yeah, that'll probably be tomorrow's fun, but we'll find out. But y'all remember, every stick is a BTU. I know I only do oak, maple, hardwoods, but pine is fine. Poplar works well. You know, every stick is a BTU. It all has a purpose. Everything burns. So you might need a lot more weight, volume to make the same amount of BTUs, but it all burns. So y'all have a good evening, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Kenzie, Wood Guy, NTS. Every stick is a BTU. See y'all.